Hello guys, it's me, Kat. Hello. Just kidding, that was super cheesy. Hi, I'm Kat. I do makeup. Please subscribe. Today I'm so excited for our video because I am going to be doing something I've never done on my channel before. I am going to be recreating a makeup look, specifically from one of the most iconic beauty YouTubers, possibly of all time, Nikkietutorials. Now, if you know anything about Nikkietutorials, you're probably thinking of some pretty crazy, dramatic, colorful, yet super well blended looks. And that is what I'm going to attempt to create today. How do you think I did? So today I am recreating looks from two different videos. The first is the Affordable Flawless Makeup video that she created a couple of weeks ago, and I just referenced that one based on the Nikkie base and lips kind of look. And then the eye look, I am referencing the Lemonade Craze palette tutorial that she created for the Maybelline New York YouTube channel. So I am going to be following along as closely as I can with these two videos using all products that I previously owned. Pretty good. Before I get started, I just want to touch quickly on the transgender issue. This is a very controversial, hot button topic right now, but today that is not really what we're talking about. We are just talking about the makeup and the skill that it took to apply it. So I'm just trying to give credit where credit is due. So I want you guys to know that my intent is always to be respectful and kind, even when somebody's worldview is totally different than mine. I'm just trying to be respectful, keep my conscience clear, and my heart right before God, as should we all. That's that on that. That's all I'm going to say about it, and we're just going to move on with the makeup look. I hope that you enjoy watching the process and that you give this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you don't miss any of moi. Let's get started. Okay, so I do not have the primer that Nikkie used, so I figured that I would kind of go in with my standard regular primer. And for me, that is my number 7 Airbrush Away primer. It doesn't really do like a whole lot, it's just there. So I'm going to use just a little bit of dollop on my fingers and work that in. The foundation that Nikkie used in the Affordable Flawless Makeup video was the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Foundation. I have mine in the shade 101 Classic Ivory. If you watched that video, you will notice that Nikkie's makeup looks kind of interesting. It oxidized so badly, so I'm really hoping that it doesn't do that on me today. Okay, we're just going to put a little bit on the back of my hand. And then Nikkie used just a regular sponge to go in, so I'm just going to use my sponge. And Nikkie uses a lot of makeup. Cake face is kind of like her thing, and everybody kind of knows her for it. So it's not my thing, and I'm a little afraid. Like, this is already looking like a lot to me right now, and it's probably not even a quarter of what she used. This thing does have some nice coverage. Nikkie must have super moisturized before this tutorial because it's looking slightly dry on me. I'm a little worried. So this foundation is okay. I'm not like super in love with it, but I don't hate it either. I don't think it's oxidizing on my skin very much, and let's hope it stays that way. For concealer, Nikkie used the E.l.f. Camo Concealer. I am going to use the Hydrating Camo Concealer because same but different, but still same. Oh, I'm also going to go ahead and prime my eyelids too. I know that Nikkie uses the P. Louise base, but I use the Milani eyeshadow primer because I'm not going to make a big deal out of it. Okay, just putting like a nice thick layer because I know that's how Nikkie likes it. Okay, now we're using some concealer. Whew. Feels like a lot. For powder, I am going to be using the Maybelline Fit Me powder. I have mine in the shade 10 Fair Light. I'm just going to use the end of my sponge for this. I'm going to bake a little bit, just the smallest amount under the eyes, on the eyelids, just because that's how I roll. Just using a big old fluffy brush and whatever is in the lid, patting that on my more creasy points of the face. I'm going to go ahead and put some gel in my brows. I don't think Nikkie did this in her video, but I am going to do it in mine because that's how I like them. For bronzer, Nikkie used the Maybelline City Bronzer, but I don't own that one, so I'm just going to use my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer because I think they have roughly the same undertone. And I'm just using kind of a smaller round brush. And then Nikkie said specifically that she kind of takes it down in like this kind of angle, and so that's what I'm going to try, using circular motions. kind of like the effect that's having. That's kind of cute. This is the part that scares me because Nikkie has like a specific way that she contours her nose. And so what she did was, she basically just like took it on the tip, on the top of her nose, kind of like this, and just bronzed like the whole nose, which I've never done before in my life. Help. I don't know what I'm doing. Nikkie, help. The way that she got the contour effect on her nose was by using some more of her powder, and she baked with it. Scared. She drew a line kind of like that. And then another line like this. Just like that. Okay, so my second one turned out better than my first one. She kind of like baked the sides of her nose like that. That doesn't look horrible. I mean, that's not the worst thing I've ever done in my life. It's just very, very scary. Okay, and then she like drew a line down the center of her nose to get that kind of contoured effect. Not sure this is how it's supposed to look. How is this going to turn out looking anyway half good? And then she used a big fluffy brush and just kind of like dusted to get that soft contoured effect. Does my nose look any way different to you? I don't know that I went hard enough. Should I do it again? I look like a character from Star Trek, so that's fun. I'm going to leave it there while we do the brows, and then we'll see if it has more of an effect. Okay, so for the brows, I'm going to use the same one that Nikkie used. This is the Maybelline New York Ultra Slim Brow. Wait, Brow Ultra Slim. What? Let's start over. This is the Brow Ultra Slim Pencil. I have mine in the shade 250 Blonde. Blonde. And I'm just going to kind of extend my brows a little bit. Okay, so it's been about 5 minutes because my brows took an age. I don't even want to talk about it. And I'm going to dust off my bake on my nose. Okay, so that worked a little bit. Still not in love with the effect, especially in like this part of my nose. I just think it kind of makes my nose look dirty, you know what I mean? But then again, it could give it like a little bit of definition. I don't know. I don't know what to think. What do y'all think? I think now it is time for blush. This is the exact shade of blush that Nikkie used. This is the Flower Beauty Flower Pots Powder Blush in the shade Peach Primrose. So Nikkie puts the blush nice and high on the cheekbones on purpose to like lift the face and kind of draw attention inwards rather than outwards to the side of the face. I like the formula of that blush a lot, and I like the color a lot, and I like that it's pigmented. It was just a little more than I expected. For highlighter, Nikkie used one from Catrice. I don't own anything from Catrice, but she said that it was a very blinding highlight, and I was like, oh, I got one that matches that description. This baby. This is from Colourpop and the Disney Midnight Masquerade collection. This is in the shade Horse and Carriage. It looks gold in the pan, but it's got like an icy highlight effect. Crazy. Get my little brush in there. Whew. Nikkie likes to bring the highlight down here. Do I look like Nikkie yet? I kind of look like Nikkie. Oh, the power of makeup, people. I'm also going to get quite a smaller brush and use that to boop the end of my nose, because that's how Nikkie do. Ooh, is that booped? Did I boop it? Oh, she booped. I'm not sure I like it. I look like a reverse Rudolph. Back to the drawing board with this one. I'm just going to use my ring finger and draw some down the middle of my nose as well. It doesn't look as believable as Nikkie does. I want to look believable. Believe me. I think her nose is just smaller than mine. Doing the best I can. We're just going to move on to the eye look. So as I said before, this look is going to be based on a video that Nikkie did for the Maybelline New York YouTube channel. She used the Lemonade Craze palette from Maybelline. And I've featured this palette on my channel 1 or 2 times before. It was not my favorite, but the look that she created was so pretty that I just had to try it out again. Because it's kind of like a blown out coral look. So the shade that we're going in with first is going to be Coral Punch. This shade is the dustiest known to man. And it's so funny because Nikkie is trying to make this palette look really good, right, for the video. But like, she's like struggling with the pigmentation, and I was just sitting there going, I feel so bad for you, honey. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to like pat this just all over the outer part of the lid, and especially in the crease. The filters they must have used on this look. Oh, I just hit pan on this shade. That's how dusty it is. I've used this palette 3 times, but maybe this will be my next Project Pan palette. And in true Nikkietutorials fashion, I'm going to bring it up under the brow and like really get it into the brow. And I'm going to flick it out past my eyebrow even. I think those are both drag tricks. Okay, so we have something down. I'm not hating it yet. That's a good sign. So I'm going to use Berry Ice next, this kind of baby pink shade. I'm just going to bring this kind of on the edges of that shade. I really like the shades in this palette. I wish they would reformulate because it is so pretty. I could see it being like one of my top 10 favorite palettes if the formula was super good. It's just not. Okay, that's kind of cute. Next, Nikkie went in with Strawberry Lemonade. And this shade was actually sprayed with a setting spray in the video. She had to spray it in the Maybelline New York video. So we're just going to pack this on the inside corner. It's a nice color. Now I'm going to go in with Citrus, this kind of golden pink shade. And we're going to put that next to Strawberry Lemonade right on the lid. I think I'm going to spray this one too, just because I don't trust it. Just right in the middle of the lid. That shade is not very pigmented. I'm like pressing it on and it's like nothing's happening. Yeah, this is totally going to be my next Project Pan palette. Just so you guys see what I'm talking about. You see that shade there? It kind of looked like this shade or this shade when we started. And now we're going to go in with this bright magenta. This is the shade Ice Pop. And we're going to use this on the outer corner. Just as like a really soft wash of color. There we go. That's a look. That's a look, baby. Going to use Coral Punch once again, just on the end of my bristles. Working that under the eye. Ooh, and then I'm going to use a little pencil brush in Main Squeeze, this yellow shimmery shade. Sorry, this dusty yellow shimmery shade. And I'm going to boop my inner corner real quick. Come on, boop. Boop. Well, that's booped enough, right? Now it is time for mascara and lashes, and since Nikkie didn't show what she used in any of her videos, I'm not going to show what I use in mine. I will have you know, these lashes are about 3 times as long as any other ones that I've ever worn in my life. I feel like I'm a Muppet. But they're Nikkietutorial style, that's for sure, so... Now, if you have seen any of the Nikkietutorials videos, you know that we have to do a nude glossy lip. So I am going to start out with the Milani Color Statement Lip Liner in the shade Nude. And I'm going to overline a bit because, again, Nikkie. It'll come together when we put the gloss on, right? Right? So both of the lip products that she used, I do not own. So that's why I use the Milani liner, and that is why I am going to be using the NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Natural. A nice rosy beige. And that is it, guys. That is my Nikkietutorials inspired look. It is definitely a lot more than I expected to do, but I can't say that I hate the outcome. It just looks very dressed up. But I think it would be great for a party or going out to a club or basically anything a little bit over the top, because that is Nikkie to a T. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, that it was fun for you and entertaining. If you did, go ahead and leave a thumbs up and also comment your thoughts or any suggestions you might have. Thanks for watching. Be sure to check my channel on Friday for a new video, or just hit that notifications bell down below after you subscribe and you will be notified whenever I post a video. Thanks again. I hope you have a great day and that you join me again next time. Okay, bye!